paying $12,000 for eyelashes.
Only hiking the price, I'm a leg we have to pay. Why our leaders play?
In 2016, the synthetic 24-inch extension here
beats a yum yum mother bumbo one. And right now you can save money on groceries if
cost $8,000. In 2025 under prosperity, it is now cost $25,000 for the synthetic hair extension.
The more I listen to these people, the more I feel sorry for my country. Is this what we have to represent us? My God. Talk about word salad. All right, let's do a little bit more of that, and I will come in.
Oh gosh, I can't believe it.
Who is prosperity?
The woman them of this country suffering, and the men of this country are suffering also. In 2016, a set of nails, medium nails, cost $3,500 for a set of nails. Under prosperity, the ladies in this country are now paying $8,500 for the same set of nails.
Hey, hi. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Under prosperity. Comrade Nikisha, where are you? They said eyelashes. So eyelash extension in 2016 was for $4,000. Under the Jamaica Labour Party prosperity plan, the woman of this country is now paying $12,000 for eyelashes.
Oh gosh, I can't believe me. Hi. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Only hiking the price. price, I'm like we have to pay. Why our leaders
So,
play?
in 2016, the synthetic 24-inch extension here cost $8,000. In 2025, under prosperity, it is now cost $25,000 for the synthetic hair extension.
Oh gosh. I can't believe me high. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Now, going to the human here next. As I know, all the PNP ladies is only human here that you wear. Bop, 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 bop.
Turn up the thing. Turn up the thing. Turn up the thing.
So, I like to feel human here, you know.
Oh gosh. I can't.
So I'm going to say this. In 2016, the human here cost $15,000 for a pack of 24-inch here. Under the Labour Party, that is asking all the women in this country to give them another term. It is now $60,000 for the human here.
Can't believe me high. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
That was Mr. Ian Hales of the People's National Party. I wonder if Mr. Hales would want to talk to me. Mr. Hales? Would you want to talk to me, Mr. Ian Hales, a former member of the Jamaica Labour Party, but it seems you have lost your mind.
24-inch extension on the prosperous country. The women them of this country suffering, and the men of this country are suffering also. In 2016, a set of nails, medium nails, cost $3,500 for a set of nails. Under prosperity, the ladies in this country are now paying $8,500 for the same set.
Oh gosh. I can't believe me high.
No. Tell me something. Before I get to ask you, tell me something. Are we in an election campaign? Are we in an election campaign, or we are in some comedy? Is this a serious political organization? Is the PNP a serious? Are we to take them seriously? Nails? Eyelashes? Hair extensions? Mr. Warmington, please. I want Mr. Warmington to come up here, you know. Mr. Warmington, we need you, you know, sir. Mr. Warmington, we need some Warmington language, man. It only the Warmington language can really respond. Mr. Hales? Can people really vote for this? This has got to be a new law. No, I wanted to deal with the PNP's education proposal, you know. Mr. Crawford, I want to talk to you, sir. I want to talk to you about the proposal. I want to look at the pros and I want to look at the cons. But are you in the same party with Mr. Hales? Is Mr. Ian Hales to be taken seriously? Is the PNP to be taken seriously? Is this what people have voted for and push up their hand in the air and shout blood and fire for? We are campaigning on eyelashes. Eh? You're not born with eyelash. You're not born with hair. You're not born with nails. And you have a message, a political message to share with people. And you go on stage and talk about eyelash? I don't want a girl with eyelashes, you know. So if you wear eyelashes, that
Give me high. Boy, I tell you something. This is very exciting.
nails? I'm not attracted to girls with nails. I like the natural ones, you know. Nails, Mr. Hales?
I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
The nails and the prosperity. Comrade Nikisha, where are you? They said eyelashes. So eyelash extension in 2016 was for $4,000. Under the Jamaica Labour Party prosperity plan, the woman of this country is now paying $12,000 for eyelashes.
Oh gosh.
You should have paid 200,000 for eyelashes. Eyelashes? Who cares? Who cares what? Boy, Mr. Hales, you don't even. I hope they vote out, Mr. I hope they don't vote for Mr. Hales. What a piece of. What a shame. You should be ashamed of yourself, Mr. Hales. And I tell you the truth. The PNP should be utterly embarrassed to have Mr. Hales. And you know, you see those people in the crowd? Those people in the crowd smiling and laughing. They don't respect you. Mr. Hale does not respect you. Had Mr. Hale respect you, because Mr. Hale couldn't come talk to me about eyelash and extension and calling up Nikisha Burchell on stage to show her eyelashes and hair extensions. Is that what we are promoting? Is that what the PNP is offering to Jamaica? Hair and nails and eyelashes? So what they're going to come with now? Breast extension and bottom? What about penis lengthening? Maybe. Is there any cost to give you a bigger penis? Or tighten your vagina? Maybe. I don't know. That's where we're going next. What about roses? What's the price? What's it? What is what was the price?
Can't believe me high.
What was the price for roses?
This is all very exciting.
By the way, Mr. Hales, roses, the price for roses in 2016 was what? About how much? How much for a rose?
Hi. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
What about dolls? Why not give us the price for dolls? We can get some dolls and roses. What about dildos? We couldn't get the cost for dildos in 2016, since as you're going to go to eyelashes. Yeah, give us the price for the roses, man. What about the blue pill? You have the price for the blue pill Mr. Hales? Viagra. You have the price for Viagra. What was the price for Viagra in 2016? You could get that too. What about condoms? Which one you like? You like Long Love or you like Durex? What about back road? What was the price on a back road? Could get the price for the back road price. What, 2,000? It's now what? Oh my God, this is interesting. I am sure the ladies would want to know about the price for brasiers. What about brasier price? Underwears, yeah. G-string.
Oh gosh, I can't believe me high.
Louis Vuitton. And that
This is all very exciting.
let's go to the notes. We're happy to have with us this afternoon. Well, it's actually evening at 21 minutes to 7 o'clock. Astute youth. And Mr. Hales, actually, Angela, hi, how are you doing? Wouldn't you want to know the prices for dildos? Mr. Hale has them all, you know. Yeah. I'd like to know the price for Viagra, sir. What was the price for Viagra in 2016? I'd like to buy a couple Viagra, so I'd like to know the price of Viagra. Okay. Yeah, let's get it. It's ridiculous. It's just to show the absolute ridiculousness of these people. Mr. Hales went further because he actually brought a basket and you know, had some things to say about that too in terms of the cost of inflation. Before I get to astute youth, let me share something with you, with the listeners. Let me see if I can find it. In 2016, inflation was 2.3%. In 2017, inflation was 4.4%. Prime Global, thank you. In 2018, inflation was 3.7%. Annual inflation rates. I'm going to deal with this patty thing, the patty. And I want Jamaicans to understand that $16,000 that you get now for minimum wage can buy you lots more patties than what $6,000 could do. I wish if Mr. Hales could come up here, you know. Ian Hales from the PNP. Neighbor want to talk to you. Let's have a conversation, Mr. Hales, on inflation. Let's compare the figures. In 2021, inflation was 5.9%. 2022, it went up a bit, COVID, 10.3%. In 2023, 6.5%. In 2024, 5.8%. You know what inflation is projected to be for this year? Less than 6%. Less than 6%. Now, let's go to inflation under the People's National Party. Mr. Hales, you up there talking about eyelashes. In 1990, inflation was 24%. You know what inflation averaged under the People's National Party? You know what it averaged? Average means when you put all of them together and divide it by the number. You know what it was? Almost 18%. Almost 18%. As a matter of fact, inflation in 1994 was 35%. And at one point, we had what is called hyperinflation, over 70%. In 1992, over 70%. Inflation average under the People's National Party, almost 17%. And Mr. Hales is up there talking about eyelash, the price of eyelashes and extensions, which are not necessities for people. You don't have to buy eyelashes and ear extensions. Yes? In 1994, inflation in Jamaica was 35%. In 1996, 26%. And let me go back and show you. I don't want to be partisan. What I want to do is to be truthful. Since the Jamaica Labour Party took power, the highest inflation has been is 10%. And that's in 2022. And you know what happened in 2022? And this year, 2025, inflation is running under 6%. It's a flawed comparison. It's dishonest. It's propagandistic. It's a lie. And the minimum wage worker in Jamaica today is far better than they were in 2016. Far better. And I'm going to prove it to you. Because the people are being taken for fools. There was a time in Jamaica when they printed money. And then they had to mop it up. Too much money was in the economy. Too few goods. Prices went out of the roof, Mr. Hales. You know, Mr. Hales, I can tell you, you know, at those levels, what the price of hair extensions would have been and eyelashes. You were a labourite, Mr. Hales. Weren't you a labourite? In 2016, minimum wage was $6,200. In 2018, there was a 12.9% increase in the minimum wage. And let me tell you this. You know, go like this when I say this government here has been very strategic in caring for the poor. The government has been extremely careful and caring for the poor. They have always kept the minimum wage increases above inflation. And not only that, but you know what they have done also? In addition to raising the minimum wage above the inflation rate, they have buttressed that with a number of social policies that benefits the very minimum wage earners. In 2022, the minimum wage was increased by 28.5%. Never under the PNP did minimum wage workers see them increase yet. Never. I'm going to go back to the rate of inflation to the period of the 90s. The people must hear it, and it must sink in as you go to the polls. You must understand that you are being taken for a fool. They might take you for idiot. It's not the truth. You are not being told the truth. The truth is hidden somewhere there. Yes. And I'll do this for my country. I'll tell them the truth. The truth needs to be told. And Mr. Mark Golding is sitting down up there on the stage. And he knows that Hales is misleading the people. He knows it. He's a bright man. In 2023, minimum wage was increased in Jamaica by 44%. Under Holness. Holness has been particularly sensitive to the needs of the poor. When you talk about poverty in Jamaica, when you talk about the reduction of poverty, this administration would have done more than any other administration. And me say so. The facts bear it out. The facts bears it out. And they don't get the credit. They do not get the credit because the propaganda machine of the People's National Party is very well oiled and it keeps telling the people lie. In 2024, it went up by 15%. And in 2025, it went up by 6.7%. The smallest amount, but yet still above the rate of inflation. So the cumulative increase from $6,002 to $16,000 represents a significant boost to minimum wage workers. So let's go now to patties. You like patties? Let's calculate how many patties you could buy with your minimum wage in 2016. And no, you like patties? Is Mother's juicy beef, tasties? Which one you like? In 2016, let's say the price of patties was $100. $6,200 could then buy you 62 patties. 62 patties. In 2025, assuming the price of patty has increased to $14.99. Right? So that's a number of patties, 16,000 divided by 14.99. I hope I'm getting my figures correct here. I work it out.
No, neighbor. I'm not saying if you do it. An easier way if you do it so the people can understand. Just use the speech. So in the speech, he said in 2016, one patty was for $200 and a minimum wage was at $6,200. So we want to find out how many times can 200 go into 6,200.
Right.
Suppose I get 31.
Fantastic. Anyway,
Then,
you listen to Mr. Hayes astute. You listen to Mr. Hayes.
I surely did.
Right.
Very disingenuous. Very disingenuous. I think he's a trickster. Because for a smart person, I can see that he's trying to do as Venetia Phillips had said in 2016. They're using the people. They're taking the people for fools.
Yes.
Because according to their own math, we're working with their math now. In 2016, one patty was for $200. And their math I work with.
Yes.
200 goes into 6,231 times. Now, if that price is even doubled, so we're going to work it at 300. So we're going to work it at 300 because the first value he gave was 300 and the crowd corrected him. I said, no, it's 400. Right? So now if it is $400, no, first if it is $300, if somebody can get a patty for $300, that a 53 patty them will get in today's money. If them can get it for $400, 53 party them get in that minimum wage means that the legislation says no employer should pay you below that. It means that is the exact amount you're supposed to get. So however, we work with 16,000. We work with 16,000. $400 today for one party, and the minimum wage is 16,000. That is 40 parties. Now, they even go further. I've mentioned a number where they never mentioned $500 for one party. If we are doing $500 for one party, we still have 32 parties again. So in 2016, $200 could give us 31 party, and in 2025, $500 still give us more parties than what we were able to afford in 2016. So that is incorrect.
In other words, astute. The minimum wage worker today is better off than they were in 2016.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Help us, astute. Clarify for our listeners why you say that.
No, most definitely. All right. Here we are going now. A lot of times we get up and hear a lot of people say, yo, them no business but what going in the economy. I just want to know say, what going on my house alone. I not see nothing new. Things rough, our roughest time. Our roughest time now. I not see what going on. So they hear terms like GDP, inflation, cost of living, standard of living, so on and so forth. But what I would like to do before we get into this thing is just to circle in on some key points, some key terms, and we'll go into it and explain it in a very common language where everybody can understand. Even the man who operates him hand card to get taxed, him can understand what a clock a strike. Now, some of the key terms we look at are economics, economy, GDP, inflation, standard of living, and cost of living.
Very good.
Now, economy. That is the production, distribution, and consumption system of goods and services. Production, so how the goods are produced, how they are distributed, and how they are consumed. That are the goods and services. The system will govern that. Economics is the study of this system, the study that analyzes how this economic system functions and the principles that govern it. So now some of those principles, one of the main tenets, one of the main principles of economics are supply and demand.
Yes.
Now, in order for you to understand what is happening, you have to understand what they mean by supply and demand.
Yes.
Now, the core idea behind this is prices are determined by the relationship between how much people want something. So, how much people want something that is your demand, and how much is available, that is your supply. So, essentially, if you have something that is you're selling, say bag juice, and not many people want bag juice, which means the demand for bag juice is not high. Yes. It means that you have to go sell your bag juice at a price where I go we are going to coerce, we are going to try to turn your mind to say, I'm not buy bag juice because it's so cheap. That is the method we have to go through. However, if the demand is high and the supply of bag juice is low, then getting a bag juice is going to be very expensive. I can use another thing which is a part of the informal economy. People on the program might smoke marijuana. So they know about the dollar bag, the $5 bag, and the $1,000 bag. Now, if ganja is scarce, ganja man knows say he have to spend more money for getting ganja. However, If ganja is in high demand, like how now it's been decriminalized, the ganja man can go anywhere and get a nice smoke for smoke. That's why you can see a man a smoke and drinking special same way. So that is
Yes.
explaining your supply and demand. Now GDP,
Yes.
which stands for the acronym stands for gross domestic product, which is a fancy term for say the value of the goods and services produced in your country. So your overall economic output. So when you sell something, when everybody sells something where government can collect tax from, plus the services as well included in that. So industries. So the total value of those per year, yes. Inflation. Inflation measures. Inflation is about the prices associated with goods and services. So with rising prices, we have reduced purchasing power. So when you see inflation at 20%, because them say inflation should be around 2%. So when I say inflation at 20%, it means your money not have enough value to compete in the marketplace. So prices are going to go up. Now, with that in mind, we come to standard of living. No, sorry. We're talking about cost of living first. Because I want to show how cost of living and standard of living connected.
Yes.
Now, cost of living refers to the amount of money needed to cover your basic expenses. So that are like pay for sleep, the food you need to survive, the transportation you take if you go work, or where you need to go from point A to point B, access to healthcare, and taxes. So that refers to cost of living. Standard of living is a broader measure of material well-being, which means your income level determines your standard of living, access to education, because the more trained you are, the more income you can negotiate for. Your life expectancy is a part of your standard of living. Employment opportunities based on your education. Quality of housing and healthcare will become accessible to you based on your income. And leisure and safety. So I talk about controlling crime and building safe spaces, green spaces like parks, access to beaches, so on and so forth. Now, after we're done explaining all of that, let me use the examples of that Mr. Hill was using. Well, not all of it. He would have mentioned Patty, and you mentioned Patty as well. Patty's a good one because the price of flour has increased exponentially. So Patty is a very good one. Now, before I give you the examples of Patty, I want to delve into where is our cost of living in 2016 compared to today?
Yes.
Now, without having to read off all my notes, I will just give a summary and I can tell you the source that I've gotten it from.
Yes.
Now, cost of living has gone up. No doubt about that. So that means the things that we used to pay $100 for in 2016, you have to pay more fee now. However, so has the standard of living.
Yes.
As with the example of the party, $500 for one party, if you ever buy $500 for one party, you still get more parties today at the cost of $500 than you would get parties at the cost of $200 in 2016 at the minimum wage of $6,200. Notwithstanding that, because I want to be balanced and honest,
Yes.
though cost of living has increased and the standard of living has increased, it has not increased to the rate at which the cost of living has increased. So essentially, you're not able to buy 60 patties today. You're not able to buy 43 patties today at $400 or 32 patties at $500, but it is still more. It is still more, though not significantly more. All right. Now, if you should understand the connections now, because the Prime Minister has always spoken about growing the economy, and a lot of people don't understand. Like them say, "Oh, me no business about growing the economy. They just want to know, say, what going on in my yard?" Ray. I want to say this. I always use the analogy of Jamaica being a house, the government being the man of the house, and the people being like the women in the house who need the money to put towards the different aspects of them comfortability. So food, living expenses. So how the macroeconomics, so how the government spending and funds affect microeconomy and the people, the consumers within that economy. Now, if the government gets a dilapidated house, so they got the house from the previous party. When they look at the house was in bad shape. Very bad shape. 140 debt to GDP, crime sky high, standard of living low, access to healthcare and education not as it is today, agriculture and rural development low, so on and so forth. So we are looking at those indicators to determine, is the government doing a good job, even though standard of living is not significantly outpacing cost of living. Now, what has the government done to ensure that the gaps are filled? One thing was the solidarity program. So before I get into that, let me just do a recap. Mr. Hills would have been positive. He's putting the point forward that prices in 2016 compared to 2025 has gone up. That is true. However, it does not tell the whole story, because now we have something called standard of living. He failed to address whether the standard of living has gone up, because I will give it Canada and Sweden, the cost of living is very high. However, the standard of living is also high. Right? You even have people who emigrated to Canada who complain. I was watching a short documentary where a young lady was interviewed who is living in Canada. And she said that the quality of life in Canada is worse than what it was in Jamaica. It is worse, and I heard that story from many people. The quality of life in Canada is significantly worse than it was when she was living in Jamaica. Yes, so we look at the cost of living. Yes, prices have gone up, but are people able to afford these prices today? Based on what I have just given, all the breakdown, yes. Now, for those people who are amongst the most vulnerable, hear what the government has done. So for the people who may not have gotten the right wage for the lifestyle where they want to live, because they find themselves in a rather unique position, this is what the government has done. Solidarity program. A new $1 billion initiative designed to reach 50,000 Jamaicans who aren't enrolled in existing support systems like PATH or the NIS. Those who qualify include the elderly, the disabled, unattached youth, informal low-income workers, medically indigent, and micro-business owners affected by disasters. So the other day it was COVID. Something else might come along. That support was a one-time cash grant of $20,000 plus an enrolling in long-term social programs. We have never seen anything of this nature since independence, where we are faced with serious economic challenges and the government give back its citizens money, right? We now have the Public Assistance Division administered by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. PAD, which is the Public Assistance Division, offers non-contributory social assistance through several targeted grants, and I want to get into it. One such grant is the rehabilitation assistance. The purpose for that is to help to boost small income generating projects. So maybe a man wants to set up a little shop for ultimately make it in our wholesale. Once him have a good business plan set out, boom, he can get him grant. Compassionate assistance covers urgent needs like medication, housing repairs, or funeral costs. The next grant is emergency assistance. Provides relief after disasters like floods and fires. And the last one, education and social grant, which supports children with school-related expenses. Another one is the JADEP, Jamaica Drug for the Elderly program. It improves access to essential medications for citizens aged 60 and over, helping reduce healthcare costs. So remember what we're talking about. We're talking about the link between cost of living, cost of living standard, the standard of living, your cost of living, and what mechanisms, what programs have been put in place to fill these gaps. Other programs would be like the PATH, where they increase the benefit, as well as number of beneficiaries, as well as what the kind of benefit that you get. So education and food, etc. Social pension programs.
Yes.
Elders who are not covered by NIS can get a pension. Never happened before. And of course, we know minimum wage increase, which we had touched on first. Now, before, because I'm a man, I like to provide my sources, you know. My source, the Jamaica Gleaner, JIS, the Ministry of Social Security, Labor and Social Security, and the Jamaica Observer.
Yes.
Now, if we should look at the indicators like cost of living, so the indicators that affect our standard of living, and to fill these gaps, we're going to look at things like cost of living, average salary, social support, healthcare and education, and GDP per capita. Now, without having to go into all those numbers, I'm just going to tell you how they are moving. Cost of living, as everybody can see and everybody know, has gone up. Average salary, the average salary has not gone up significantly, but it has gone up. Social support, much more than it has ever been. Healthcare, improving. GDP per capita, that means the amount of the value of the goods and services That means the amount of per 100,000. All of this is telling us. All of this is telling us that what? Yes, cost of living is going up, but so is the standard of living. Yes, prices have gone up, but people are able to afford these prices. So when Mr. Hales comes on a public platform and speak like this, he's one, taking those people for big, as Jamaicans I said, konomono, big idiot, fools. He is literally spitting in the face of the Jamaicans by saying nothing now go on. We also have to understand the link between crime and a growing economy. Because if crime is high, nobody now want to come invest their money. Investor confidence, in order for us to want to attract people to come to Jamaica, we have to make them feel safe when they come here. Just like sometimes the United States government might issue a code for say it's a level 3, so be careful, don't go in a certain. Right now, our code is going down. The number, I think the number 4. The warning number was, the highest one was 4. And I think we are at 2 now. Don't quote me on that because I didn't do research on that. But I know crime has gone down for a fact. I know crime has gone down for a fact. Now, if we want to look at the people who the government is appealing to, because it is said that even as I was watching a talk show on Nationwide, I don't remember if it was Nationwide. I think it was Nationwide, where a counselor, the president for the PNPYO, it was a young lady, was saying that JLP, the Jamaica Labour Party, is more inclusive where young people is concerned. So I want to look at that subsector for a little bit and tell you what the numbers look like.
You don't have much more time though.
Yeah, man, quick and fast. For the youth, in the area of education and skills development, tertiary enrollment increased from approximately 28% to 40% today. They've expanded scholarships, so youth summer employment program. Since 2017, 42,000 youths have benefited. STEM and technical education, that is something that we are putting greater emphasis on because we realize how the world is changing. Employment and income, still high. Youth are being hired at approximately 17.7%. So the Hope and Hard Trust NTA, weekly earnings, 17 to 18,000 per week, so a little bit above minimum wage. They also have entrepreneurship support. Digital inclusion now have reached a place with technology that we've never before seen. Crime and safety. So with all of this being said, in closing,
yes, sir.
Yes, or the cost of living has increased, or the price of goods and services has increased, but it is shown that we can afford it, and where we can't afford it, there are social measures put in place, social intervention measures put in place to ensure that those who are most affected, the most vulnerable, they have access to fill those gaps. And in understanding how the governance of a country interacts with its economy, we have to understand the life that we want to live. That is it.
Well, astute. Wow. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem.
Tomorrow, take care of yourself.
Listen.
Take care of yourself. listeners, that was Neighbor's Notes for today, done by Astute Youth, helping us to understand a little bit about how the economy runs. Join him again tomorrow when he'll be back to sharing the Neighbor's Notes, getting some new voices in the notes. All right. You know, I have said that the problem the PNP has, Mr. Scott, is credibility. Credibility. If the PNP is going to talk about the economy, then they have to look back at their record. And I saw someone in the group talking about if you had paid attention in class, in your econ class, you would understand what the Astute Youth was saying. This matter of inflation, you have to understand the factors that go into inflation. Yes, and one of the factors is excessive money supply. It's very, very important that the economy grows, that it is producing. Right? Because when you have inflation, high inflation especially, it erodes. They say inflation is a tax on the poor. It erodes the purchasing power of the Jamaican dollar. And I don't know if you picked up what Astute was saying. To Mr. Holness's credit, whilst we have had to manage inflation, whilst cost of living have gone up in Jamaica, the government's response is significant to curtail the pain. So whilst cost of living would have gone up because they are internal, meaning government can control, and external, for example, tariffs. When the United States implements tariffs, that's nothing that we can control. The cost of oil, the cost of grain, these are external factors, not having nothing to do with what is called fiscal and monetary policies, which are largely managed by government and central bank. And I want you to understand that during the period of PNP management of the economy, inflation peaked at 77%. No, what does that mean? 70 in 1 year. Inflation averaged almost 18% under the PNP. Right? And what that resulted in was a devaluation of the currency. You know, you hear these people now talking about the dollar. I'm not staying on this program long, you know. Can't take it. Not staying here long. Soon gone. Mr. Kota and go through. Soon gone. This is something there. Can't deal with it. We can't take the deception. We can't take the lies. We can't take the lies, madam. No, sir. I cannot come here every day. Because I am beginning to feel I have to be defending the party, the Labour Party. And I don't want to. I don't want to feel like that. Like I'm doing that. It feels odd. Like I am doing PR. And I don't like that. I don't like I don't like this. But I can't see it and know that it's not true. Right? When you have inflation at 77%, man, you're killing the poor, you know. It's a tax on the poor. Right? Because when the currency devalues, right? Imports a lot more expensive, potentially causing the inflation to go even higher. I'm going to tell you again, since this Labour Party came into power, the highest that the inflation has gone to is 10.3 in 2022. And you know what happened in 2022? This administration had inflation as low as 2.3%. 2.3%. I mean, some people would argue that that was a carryover from the previous administration. We give you that. 2.3%. Under Clark, Nigel Clark, 3.7%. So when you see Mr. Hales jump up on stage and talk about eyelashes and them something there, right? And I don't want to shock you. I don't want to shock you, you know. But I must tell you that in 1989, inflation was 16%. In 1990, 24%. Now, Mr. Hales, would you mind telling us how much a patty cost in 1989? How much a patty cost? How much was a patty costing in 1989, Mr. Hales? And tell the people the truth. How much did the patty cost in 1992? 3 years after you took government. How much was the patty in 1989? How much was the patty? And tell the people, 3 years after you had government, how much the patty cost in 1992. How much? And tell them also, Mr. Hales, how much was the minimum wage in 1992 when you had inflation at 77%? How much was the minimum wage? And what did you do to help the poor? I'm going to my yard. Oh boy, I tell you, sister, I tell you, it is a fascinating time.
Prosperity.
This a country. The woman them of this country suffer.
The woman them of this country are suffer? The women of this country are suffering, Mr. Hales? Huh? That what you say?
Suffering. And the men of this country are suffering also. In 2016, a set of nails. A set of nails, medium nails, cost $3,500 for a set of nails. Under prosperity, the ladies in this country are now paying $8,500 for the same set of nails under prosperity.
Oh gosh. I can't believe me high. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Comrade Nikisha, where are you? They said eyelashes. So, the eyelash extension in 2016 was for $4,000. Under the Jamaica Labour Party prosperity plan, the woman of this country is now paying $12,000 for eyelashes.
Only hike in the price, I'm on the way up.
Stop.
In 2016, the synthetic 24-inch extension here cost $8,000. In 2025 under prosperity, it is now cost $25,000 for the synthetic hair extension.
Oh gosh.
Now going to the human hair next, because I know all the PNP ladies is only human hair. That's you hair.
I can't believe me high. Boy, I tell
Bop, 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 bop.
you something. This is all very exciting.
All right. All right, then. So, this is what we have here in Jamaica today for an opposition. This is the opposition campaigning on eyelashes. How many are you online care about the cost of eyelashes? How many are you? How many of you care about eyelashes? How many of you care about human hair? God no make you with hair, an eyelash. What about false teeth? As I said earlier, what was the cost of a dildo? Why not include dildos? You don't need more dildos today, man. What about roses? I got to one place earlier today and I saw roses. The ladies' toys. Roses. What was the cost for roses in 2016? Mr. Hales, you could tell us that too. Yeah. What about Viagra? Anybody interested in Viagra? What was the cost for Viagra? What about, I understand that they have some things that you could use to tighten up a bit there. What's the cost to get a tightening job done? What about penis enlargement pills? I understand that there are penis enlargement pills. The guys would be interested in that. You could add that to the list. We need to know those things too. I tell you the truth, it is condoms. What type of condoms do we use here? Since you're going to be ridiculous, let's add to the ridiculousness of the presentation. All of those things cost. And this is what we have been asked to choose. Nothing serious. Look at the challenges of this nation. Look at the people. And this is what the best we can come with. I'm spending a little time on this because I think it is so important. This man is going to bring up Miss Birchell on stage with eyelashes. Huh?
Woman them of this country suffering, and the men of this country are suffering also. In 2016, a set of nails. A set
of nails. Nails? A set of nails? The 2025 election is about nails? The price of nails? Imoti?
Oh gosh. I can't believe me high.
I can't believe me high either.
Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Laugh. The election is now about nails? Huh? Mr. Hills?
of nails, medium nails, cost $3,500.
No, let me ask you a question. These are minimum wage people? Minimum wage workers buy nails and hair extension and eyelashes? What's the price for the eyelash, Mr. Hills?
That's fair set of nails. Under prosperity, the ladies in this country are now paying $8,500 for the same set of nails.
Then if you can afford $8,500 for a set of nails, you know, all right, man? 8,500. I hope if I find a girl, she don't come give me them something there, you know. I hope that no girl nobody come with nails, cause I ain't paying 8,500 for no nails for no girl. I can tell you that. I'm not paying 8,500. If you like me, if you see me and you like me, you better do buy your own nails. I'm not paying 8,500 for no girl nails.
Under prosperity, Comrade Nikisha with you. They said eyelashes.
And I tell you this, if you like me and you wear eyelashes, I'm not paying for that either. How much would the eyelash, Mr.
So eyelash extension in 2016 was for $4,000. Under the Jamaica Labour Party prosperity plan, the woman of this country is now paying $12,000.
Nah, pay $12,000 for. Nah, pay $12,000 for no eyelash. So nobody David, me not buying it. Jamaica girl,
Hi, good night, everybody.
do you wear eyelashes, ma'am? Extend.
Neighbor, you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Do you wear extension eyelashes?
I'm
Oh.
I freeze.
For eyelashes.
I don't know if it's my life freezing or.
No, yeah, is you Jamaica girl? Come down.
Neighbor, what I want to know.
Yes.
Is me. You hearing me now?
I am hearing you.
The price, I'm a leg with our leaders play.
In 2016, the synthetic 24-inch extension here.
24 a synthetic inch extension. Never heard of that. I've never heard of it. I hope that my girlfriend don't. Well, I don't know about that. But 24. How much for the hair, sir? How much for the hair?
Cost $8,000.
$8,000. How much for it now?
In 2025 under prosperity, It is now cost 25.
Lord Jesus, 25,000 for the year. Me? My God, what if I broke pocket? They must something I go call for. What Mr. Hales are talking about? Jamaica girl?
The things you hear him advertising is from his shop, you know, it's not the regular price. That's what he sells them for.
Oh, he sells them.
Apparently. Because these prices are always quite interesting. I hear him sell tree planting for $1,000. So I figure that's his shop. That's his shop price.
Well, then I can tell you that I get planting for $80. One. $80 a one.
Buy 3 for $300 or less. That's why I figure that it must be his shop. Because I don't know any other shop with those prices. So it must be his shop. But what I want to know, neighbor, did Nikisha buy that body under the Jamaica Labour Party government? So it would seem that body is now more affordable or accessible.
What you saying to me? Those bodies are available to be sold for sale?
It would seem that way.
Oh. You don't want one to buy?
I don't think anybody put the BBL under PNP. No, I got mine naturally from God, you know.
I see. Oh. Well, that's nice.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't have to. Yeah, it is quite nice.
Nice breasts, nice bottom.
$1,000.
Leave me
Somebody
high.
could have bought BBL
Boy, I tell you
under
something.
PNP neighbor.
This is all
Everybody
very
who have
exciting.
flat bottom and flat breast and just stay that way.
What is for me? Oh, what is for me tonight? I tell you the truth. Anyway, on a serious note, Jamaica girl, this is ridiculous, is it not?
I figure since the political arena is not working for them, they're probably making a shot at comedy. So I think this probably is the showcase. I know Oliver Samuels is in real trouble. That's all I can say.
Yes. I wonder if they have any chicken pill. You know, they have the pill. You know, but
About it.
it work. You know if it works. You know, a bumper. They want.
I don't know.
Yes. So yeah.
I don't know at all.
Well,
Yes, God shines on me, so I don't worry about those things.
yes, absolutely. I saw you one day and you're looking absolutely fantastic and great. Yes. I didn't tell you? Yes. You look nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Nice. Real Jamaican girl. Hold on, listeners. We're coming back to you.
Bridget said chicken pill was in PNP days, so now people have moved on from chicken pill to BBL.
I'm coming to you, listeners. Give me a minute.
Jamaica girl is when they don't have nothing to talk about. When they don't have nothing to talk about, that's what the PNP don't do.
Exactly.
Before they go back to school and say who they're gonna send next as a principal. who they're gonna employ next as a principal. We show them the 9.5 plan. PNP, they don't have nothing to do, they don't have nothing to say. The opposition leader go to the sir?
Eat your heart out. Eat your heart out. Eat your heart out, my brother. Yes. Listen,
My Jamaican girl.
by the way, guys, we close at 8 o'clock. It's actually
What?
15 minutes.
What I'm saying, neighbor, the PNP doesn't have nothing
something tangible to talk about.
No, sir. No, sir. And that is, listen, when I started this program in March, I wasn't too into voting. I was weighing my options. The more I have listened to the PNP, sir, I am leaning to, I can't go vote for them people, yeah, man. The people don't have nothing offering the
No, we offer them. Yes, we're going to offer them.
He said all of that. Did he tell us how they will reduce the cost?
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is as I have pointed out to the listeners, I wonder if Mr. Hales would mind telling the people when they took government what was the price of patty. Yes, what was the price of patty in 1989, Mr. Hales? And tell us the price of patty in 1992. Listeners, I will tell you tomorrow. I will tell you how prices skyrocketed.
But neighbor,
1989, sir, 3 years after the PNP was in power, prices were so. Listen to me.
Neighbor.
But poor people don't understand. You see them out the road, and shout blood and fire, push up them face. I say, man, me say.
I see a party where they say love poor. A tax hand cat.
Well, when you stop for cash,
I remember the one.
when you stop for cash, you know, say you tax anything.
Neighbor. Four old Chuck